So I've landed in Phoenix, Arizona. As you can see, there's a pretty impressive saguaro cactus behind me. And I'm at an RV park, and I've stayed here the last 2 nights sleeping out of the Tesla per usual. But it is getting pretty warm around here. It might get up to 100 degrees, and it's not the best living out of a car being in this high heat. So I decided I'm going to start to travel north, probably head to Flagstaff. It's higher elevation, so it should be cooler. And a few people have reached out wondering, how do I track down free charging? So I'm going to be sharing a little insight there today, and I'll see you on the road. I've made it roughly an hour and a half north of Phoenix, Arizona, and I landed in a town called Camp Verde. So I rolled up to a really cool old kind of like gas pump, but it's been retrofitted to charge electric vehicles. So I'm plugged in and getting a free charge currently. And the way that I found this was through an iOS app, an Apple app on my phone. It's called PlugShare. I'll put the name down in the description below. I'm not sponsored or anything of the sort, but it's just been a great free way to track down free charging. And when you click into the app, you'll see a map, and you'll see a whole bunch of charging stations depending on where you scroll around on the map. And you can click into them for more information. Quite a few of them are paid options. They'll show what fees they have, but you will occasionally track down some that are free, like this one here in Camp Verde. And when you go in there for more info, you can see that it's free for charging. It's free for parking as well. And on top of that, it's 24/7, which is great. There's a description with each of these, and this one is no littering, be respectful, which, I mean, I personally appreciate the free charging. I want to leave a good impression. So when I stopped here and plugged in, I actually I walked into the business that's attached to it. I double checked to make sure it was free, and I thanked them. Yeah, the PlugShare app, what also is really nice with it is you can see where other people have checked in and left notes. So what I'll look for is people that have left a note recently, just to make sure that they got a charge, there hasn't been any issues, and that gives me a little more certainty about swinging by and getting a charge on these near-term trips. I've found free charging at Mount Rushmore, in a parking garage, in Yellowstone, in Austin, Texas, at a public library, which I stayed for quite some time. And that brings up something else. Each of these chargers will charge at a different rate. That one in Austin, Texas at the library, I'd have to stay there for like eight hours to get close to a full charge over 8 hours. And this one here is a little faster, which is nice. For about a half charge, it's only 3 or 3.5 hours. But that works well. I'm not in a rush here. I'm gonna go and explore this town. It looks like a lot of cool history, some cool parks, and yeah, I'll probably end up camping here if I can find a good spot, and maybe I'll stick around the town for a while before eventually heading to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, if anyone has any questions on the free charging, living out of a Tesla, as always, let me know in the comments down below. I'm very responsive, and the usual, if you could tap the like button, I'd really appreciate it as well. And I hope to see some of you guys on the road soon.